If you have ever opened your closet and feel like you have nothing to wear, this video is for you. Building a wardrobe from scratch is not about just buying a bunch of pieces of clothes. It's about versatility, repetition, and intention. By the end of this video, you should know exactly what you need to buy so you can stop wasting your money on pieces you only wear one time with one outfit. First things first, before we get into all that, let's talk about the biggest mistake people make. What is that mistake? I'll tell you. Starting your wardrobe out with just a bunch of statement pieces like some loud shoes, the craziest looking jackets, or just a shirt with a crazy design on it or something of that nature. Now, I'm not saying these pieces are bad to buy in and of itself, but when you're starting out your wardrobe and starting to, try and dress nice, these shouldn't be the first pieces of clothing you're buying. You're setting yourself up for failure. And I've been a victim of this as well. There are a lot of clothes back there I've only worn one time and never again. I'm trying to fix that myself, actually. Like, you'll look at all these fire pieces in your wardrobe and just you'll think to yourself, damn, I don't really have anything to wear. That's because those pieces really only work with one outfit that was in your mind. And once you wear that one outfit, it's OV, buddy. It's over. Building a wardrobe isn't just about having a bunch of statement pieces. It's about building that foundation first. If a piece can only be worn one way, it is not essential to your wardrobe, especially in the beginning of your fashion journey. Don't make that mistake. Any piece that you think about buying should work with at least 3 to 5 outfits that you could just think up off the dome. That's how you stop wasting your money on just random pieces of clothes and actually start liking your closet. Now let's get to the good stuff. The steps of building your wardrobe. Step 1, this is your color foundation. The first thing you want to do is lock in your color palette. And no, I'm not talking about picking your favorite color or anything like that. No, I'm talking about starting with your neutral colors. This is because neutral colors don't fight with each other. They mix well together. They can even make the most cheap pieces of clothing look intentional. The core colors I would recommend starting off with are black, white, or an off-white type of cream color, gray, navy blue, and brown or a tan. If most of your clothes live in these colors, you'll be alright. You can literally turn off the lights and get dressed in the dark and you'll still look somewhat put together. And then once you have a solid neutral base, that's when you start adding the pops of colors, the loud colors, your favorite color, red, blue, green, purple, whatever. But if you skip the phase of getting your neutral colors first, your closet is always gonna feel kind of random to you. It's not a good feeling to have at all. You can see back there, I have my neutral colors up there, and those are honestly my favorite pieces of clothes to wear. So yeah, build a good color foundation. Now we're moving on to step 2. This is where you're actually buying your core pieces of clothing. For this step, you want to think of your closet in kind of categories. First, you have your tops, then your bottoms, then your layer pieces, and your shoes too. But we're gonna get into the shoes later though. Right now, let's just focus on the 3. Now with your tops, this is where you want to get 2 to 3 solid tees in your neutral colors. Then you're gonna want to get one elevated top as well. Maybe a nice button down, nice polo, nice Henley, a nice knit sweater, something along those lines. Maybe get a long sleeve for some layering. There's a lot of options to go with your tops. And you should be focusing on the fit over the brand. A nice fitting $10 tee looks way better than a $60 tee that doesn't even fit you good. It looks stupid when you're wearing it. Just because it's named brand doesn't mean it's good. It has to fit on you good as well. Then you have your bottoms. And as I say every time, this is the most important part to me. I feel like your bottoms make the entire fit. You can have some really nice pants on and you could just throw on whatever top, whatever shoes you want, and your outfit is still gonna look nice. Well, maybe not whatever shoe you want. The shoes kind of matter too as well. But me personally, I feel like the bottoms make the whole fit. This is where you're gonna want to get a solid pair of jeans in black or a dark wash. You could even get some blue jeans too. Then you could get some more relaxed pants like some cargos, some nice chinos, a pair of some nice sweatpants, not just any sweatpants. Make sure they look nice. And hey, if you want a pair of some nice sweatpants, I'm a pretty crafty guy. I could sew you a pair of some custom made sweatpants made to your size. Just let me know. But yeah, moving on. Then you're gonna want to get a pair of some nice pants, like some trousers or something that you could wear to a formal occasion. You want to get your formal attire right too, just in case, man, just in case. If you get some good pants that fit well, you're already halfway there with the fit, to be honest with you. And then you have your layer pieces. This is what gives your outfit some depth. You're gonna want to get a nice hoodie, jacket, denim jacket, blazer, flannel, something that you can use to really layer, to throw on top of whatever top you're wearing. And with all that in mind, let me leave this in your head. If you can't wear it in at least 2 seasons throughout the year, that's not an essential piece. It doesn't really need to be in your wardrobe. Why? Because you're probably only gonna wear it one time throughout the entire year. You don't want that. You want to wear all of your pieces of clothing frequently. Moving on to step 3, we have the shoes. Now shoes are kind of a make or break for your outfit as well. But here's the truth though, you don't need 1,000 pair of shoes, all right? You don't need a huge rack of shoes filled to the brim with different name brand shoes and everything like that. You just need to build a foundation. Get you a clean pair of some casual shoes that you can wear almost every day. Then you want to get your actual everyday shoe, like your actual beater shoes that you just beat the fuck up out of. You wear those things like clockwork. Why? Because this saves all your other shoes from doom and destruction. All right, get you a pair of some beater shoes. Then you want to get a pair of some heavier shoes, like a pair of some chunky shoes. I can't really think of some off the brain. Or a pair of some boots or something along those lines. And then this one's optional. You could get a pair of some nice dress shoes, like some loafers or something along those lines. Now don't skip the formal attire. You're gonna need to bust it out one day. It's gonna be a really nice occasion and you're gonna have nothing to wear. You gotta be prepared at all times. And with the colors of the shoes, try to keep them neutral so they work together with a lot of your fits and you don't have to think too hard about it. You know, one pair of shoes that goes together with a lot of fits and that you can wear a lot is better than 5 pairs of shoes that you don't even know how to put together. You know, they just look nice and they're a loud color and they're name brand, like some Jordans or some Supreme X whatever shoes, some crazy looking Rick Owens or Balenciagas or something like that. You don't need all that shit. You don't need all that. Now moving on to step 4. This is the accessory step. You want to accessorize. Accessories is what makes your fits start to feel intentional. You can't forget this step. This is a very important step as well. The accessories don't replace your clothes, but they fortify them. And hey, if you're ever in the need for some cool accessories, check out VaultToLook.com. Use code SAUCE, S0SS, save 15% off your entire order. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, the accessories just make your outfit better. And you can start very simple with a little bracelet, a little necklace, a belt, anything along those lines. And then you can start getting into your deeper accessory bag, with the wallet chains, glasses, earrings, hats. If you're a hat person, you could wear some hats too, beanies, keychains, things like that, whatever fits your vibe. And if you have different sets of accessories that you wear with different outfits, you can really repeat outfits and just switch up the accessories and it'll look like a different outfit for real. So hey, there's that. It'll start making people think you have more clothes than you actually do. It's an illusion. It's not real. And step 5, this is where you want to build your own personal style. This is the experimental phase. This is where you're gonna start playing dress up in your room damn near. Once you have that foundation built, you want to start experimenting with different fits, different pieces, everything. You can pull inspiration from people's outfits that you see online or on Pinterest or anything like that. Make a mood board of what you like. Experiment with different silhouettes, different textures. Start mixing things together. Just get crafty with it. This is the fun part. Just throwing on clothes and seeing if it looks nice. And you don't need to find your style before you start buying clothes. I honestly think it's better if you start buying clothes before you actually find your personal style, because once you build the foundation of your neutral colors, the base clothes and everything like that, you can start dipping into figuring out what you actually like to wear, like what actually makes you feel the most confident, what actually makes you feel the most comfortable, everything like that. Me personally, I try to make my style as diverse and as versatile as possible. I try different silhouettes, I try different everything, honestly. Like I can really dress in multiple styles, to be honest with you. Yeah, just find your style from putting on clothes. Don't overthink it. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. And if you're shopping on a budget, let me give you a little word of advice. You should be spending the most money on things like shoes, your pants, your jackets, anything like your shirts, your tops in general, your accessories. Now I know I said pants, but even some pants, I should really say some pants. You should be spending most of your money on some pants. Some pants you can find cheap that are good quality. But yeah, spend most of your money on those things and try to save as much money on things that you may not be seeing even in your outfit, or that don't even have like any type of design on them or anything. You shouldn't be spending $100 on a blank t-shirt just because it's name brand or something like that. Save your money. Go to thrift stores, go to online thrift stores, Depop, Poshmark, Poshmark. I don't even know. Bakari, whatever. I would say Grailed, but Grailed is more of like a high-end thrift store, honestly. But you can still find cheap pieces on there too. And if you're ever unsure about a piece, just wait 24 hours, you know, sleep on it, really deep it for real. And if you still like that piece when you wake up or when you look at it again after 24 hours, cop that shit. Cop that fucking shit, man. You obviously fuck with it. Cop it. Who cares what anybody else thinks? But yeah, that's really all the steps I have to building your own wardrobe from scratch. You know, build your foundation first. Focus on versatility. And then after that, that's when you start drizzling in your personality in there. But yeah, if this video helped you out, this video was informative. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Show some love in the comments, man. Or you could let me know what you struggle with the most with fashion, and I'll try my best to help you out. I might even make a video about your problem. But yeah, that's all I have. Peace.